All right, guys, so we're back here with another scan tool today, and today we're going to take a look at the ThinkScan 662. This is made by ThinkCar. ThinkCar is a very well-established scan tool producer in the industry, and just well known for all sorts of high-quality scan tools, and this one here is no different. So what do we got here today? What's going on here? This here is a 4-system scanner. Not only is it a 4-system scanner, but it is bidirectional. It has 12 special functions, like generic special functions, which there are more inside of each manufacturer's software. And there also is, what else? It has the FCA access, the Renault Gateway access. What else does it have? And it also has very good live data, the data that you would see on a larger ThinkScan tool, and a plethora of live data for you to look at. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump right in here. We're going to skip over the diagnosis tab for a minute. Let's just go right over to the maintenance tab. Let me show you here. So several of these now, if you could scroll left to right, you can see this. You can see this little carousel here. We've got all the way over to the right side. You can click that very last button that's not grayed out at the moment, and it takes you to this. Oh, sorry about that. I accidentally clicked ABS bleeding. Didn't even mean to do that. Let me just hit any diagnosis, and we hit exit. There we go. All right. So now we're in here, and you have these. You see the 12 resets. Now it's notable. I'll show you some notable ones that if you use them one time would actually pay for the scan tool. Because right now the scan tool is about $180 if you use the coupon code in the description, or either the coupon on Amazon right at the moment, and use my affiliate link. And again, that'll help me out in getting a little commission for that. But if you use that anti-theft key matching, that again will save you a few $100 right there on its own. The ABS bleeding. If you were to say change the brake line, change the brake hose, change the caliper out, if you didn't have the scan tool and had to do it, because usually you can't just bleed the lines when you do those things. You have to actually do an ABS bleed. Well, I mean, it would behoove you, in my opinion, to do an ABS bleed. If you had to pay somebody to do that ABS bleed, that would cost you probably a couple of $100 as well. What else could save you a lot of money? The DPF regeneration, that could save you a tons of money. And actually the steering angle reset, now I know that's not a common one people use, but I have used it. And again, if you use any of those right off at least once and you really needed it, that pays for itself. Now I'm gonna tell you something. That's one bonus when I tell you about this, the one right here in the middle, the battery matching the BMS reset. It is becoming increasingly more and more that when you get a battery, you have to reset the battery module in the car so you can understand what the new voltage is versus what it has been used to with the old battery. So now, if you don't have a tool like this and had to pay somebody to install your battery and do a battery reset, you're going to pay a premium not only for the battery, but a premium for that battery reset. So if you have a car that needs a battery reset upon receiving a new battery, boom, right here, if you was able to use that, you would pay for itself just in one go. One last thing I want to mention here before I leave here. You see right here it says anti-key theft matching. It says anti-thief matching. Disable any lost keys and add new keys only for cars with easy IMMO system. So keep that in mind. They do have a coverage list here that you can check any of these with. So if you click this one, click coverage list. So and I think the coverage list just encompasses all of these. So I'm not going to go through the coverage list and pick a car to show you how it would work. So you would pick this coverage list, and let's see what pops. It's going to take it a second to pop up, and anything that's on this list here that would function. Again, you pick the make, model, and the year. As you see, there's 10,345 entries here. So again, there's that. So, all right. So let's go over to upgrade. I'm just shoot through these menus. This is just where you upgrade your software. Here, you need to upgrade your vehicle software, upgrade your maintenance software, or you can upgrade your app because the actual firmware in the app that's running the whole system needs to be upgraded as well. Then we go to more. Let's hit the little last button all the way to the right. And I'll just show you something here. A few things here is that first of all, over here it says gadget. They also have a browser here if you want to use that as well. So if you need to go to Chrome, YouTube, watch a video real quick while you're in the midst of working, while your hands are dirty, you don't want to grab your phone, go back in the house, you can use Chrome to say watch a YouTube video real quick. What else is pretty good? I think the plenty other things. Not go over everything, but the ODB fault code library. Let's put in my favorite code is P0420 for whatever reason. I don't know why. If you hit search, it'll give you a good explanation of what that code means. It may not be the be all end all, but it's better than not having any information at all. You can do, and you can further research that. What else we got here? Now under settings, this is where you want to go here. Now, if you go to user here, you see FCA diagnostics. You can unlock that FCA gateway by paying a fee or however that works here. And also where you see the Renault gateway unlock, you can also go there and you can unlock that for a fee as well. That's essentially it, what you're going to look here. So now let's go back and jump into the diagnosis screen, what everybody wants to see. So in this screen here, you're just going to have the auto search diagnose, which means I think the difference between that and auto search, you manually put it in versus it automatically pulling the VIN and all that. This right here is your OBD2. Sometimes you want to use the generic OBD2 versus the manufacturer software. This is just your history of your records. You can save reports. I'll make a report in the end. You can actually share a report. Again, and you can put in your personal information, like for your shop. You can put in the technician's name and all of that, which I'll show you that when we get to it. And also, here's a little feedback. So if something is wrong with the software, you can submit feedback. And honestly, they respond faster if you submit feedback through the scan tool than actually emailing them from your email for whatever reason. So I recommend doing that if you have a problem or see a bug. Maybe you can help people out. And then here's the dollar fix community. Basically, it is a let's just hit enter real quick. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna install the app, but I've installed it on my other scan. So I'll just tell you what it is. It's basically just a social media website for people asking about car stuff, fixing things. So just imagine, you can post a question and talk with other people. So that could be useful. Maybe sometimes people can help you understand things a little bit better than you probably can already understand things. And we all need help at times, All right, so now going back to auto search, let's go ahead and hit enter here. Let's go ahead and get in here. It's scanning the VIN with the matrix screen here. Pretty cool. I like that. Let's see how fast this takes. I guess the speed doesn't matter all that much. I mean, as long as it doesn't take like 5 minutes. I mean, but again, there it is. We got the VIN number, make, model, and trim. Okay, now we're loading up here. And sometimes you still got to go through steps of picking transmissions and things like that before you go into the actual software here. This is a 16-pin DLC. This is US. Even though now sometimes you might want to be careful what you pick here. Some cars, even though it might be sold in the US, may be made in another country. I don't know if that makes a difference, but in my case, I'm going to just go ahead and pick USA. By the way, I'm in a 2021 CRV. You just saw that. So, and another thing, because this is a 4-system scanner, when you actually do the health reports and things, it should be fairly quick. Let's go ahead and do a health report. What it's going to do is going to actually scan the modules for trouble codes. It is a 4-system scanner, but it will sometimes read more systems or more modules than 4 because sometimes they may be tied together at times. But here that you saw it read more than 4, but it only put out information for the 4 modules that it says ECM, TCM, ABS, SRS. All right, so we're going to go ahead and generate a report really quick here. So here you can do pre-scan, post-scan. Again, you can change all the information here, whatever you want. And then you can hit OK. Next screen here, you can put in your shop name. You can also make this name somewhere else. You can put the shop logo. You see this little gray circle here? If you click that, you can pick a photo from somewhere here where it says select photo. So basically what you do is upload it, because there's no camera on this, I don't think. You can upload a photo to the drive in this thing and be able to pick a photo from that list. So let's just go back here real quick. All right, so you can and put the customer name and all of that, but you can actually put your shop name and logo in, so you don't have to enter it every time or whatever. So anyway, let's just hit OK and go ahead and generate a report. So if you got your email set up, you can actually, here's a report. There's no problems here on this call, so you can actually hit share and you will actually email this report, or you can do through Bluetooth. For example, hit share, it's going to give you the option to do email or Bluetooth. And you can do that. We'll just hit cancel here, or you can just go ahead and make a PDF. Now, why would you want to make a PDF? That's because you can take the PDF and you can save it to this actual unit here, or if you want to download it as a PDF from the unit. So you just got choices, it's up to you. All right, so let's back out of here. Now, let's go to System Scan. System Scan is just going to scan and just see what modules are equipped. And it's going to show those. Well, at least what it will willingly recognize as equipped. And you're going to see a lot of stuff that's equipped here, but it's only going to show the 4 system scan. In some cases, I have seen it show more than 4, but it got to be some kind of way that those modules kind of commingle and are accepted as one, depending on the make and model. Let's hit back here. Now, if you go, let's just go to system selection, and here you can, here is more systems here. So don't forget, it didn't scan all these systems, but you can actually go into these systems. But not every module is going to be like, for example, there's no body control module here, so I can't really do any sort of I wanted to do a bidirectional control for you guys, but being that that it doesn't do the body control, which that's is normal because it's for a system scanner, I was going to cut the windshield wipers on or something like that. I don't know, maybe I can find a gauge cluster here. I'll take a look here in a minute. But what we want to do now, we just want to go ahead and take a look at some live data. I want to show you guys what that looks like. Being that I done gave you a tour of the scan tool within itself and how to use it. So let's go ahead to let's just look at the actuation test list first. I was going to go to the live data. But again, here you see all these tests: EVAP, VTEC, ETCS, AC, fuel pump, all injectors, one injector, bypass control, VTSC, radiator fan, so on and so forth. So if you want to make sure that, say, if the computer is able to issue a command to actuate something, you can test that out, and maybe you can determine if it says a fuse is blown, relay, some wiring on the other side of the ECM, or the ECM will even accept the command or not. That's what you would use actuation test for, so you can determine where. The way I look at it is, I want to know where the fault is at. Is it before the ECM? Is it the ECM? Or is it after the ECM? Or you could also look at, like, is it on one side of the fuse box or on the other side of the fuse box? And so using actuation test a lot of times can help you narrow that path down. All right, so if you want to go to live data, go to read data stream here. You can pick, it's many things here to pick from. So let's just imagine, I'm going to just try to give you a quick example here. Let's go to, wait a minute, let me see here. Let me back out. Give me a second here. Let me back out. I want to go to, let's see here. I'm trying to find throttle position and RPM. So what I want to do is I just want to just show you a way to sort of use this together. Wait a minute, what did I just do? Read data. So I think I just backed up by accident. Hit search. Let's hit TP. Let's hit throttle actuator voltage. Let's do that. Let's do RPM. Would it show me RPMs here? Or should it say not RPM? What else would it call? Speed or something? I forget what you call it, but whatever. I'm trying to figure out the revolutions of the engine here. Let me see, REV. No, it's not showing me. I don't know what you call it in Honda. Honda, it could be anything. Most cars, it's just normal. Let's just go down the list here and see what we got here. Crank. Let's hit crank. Let's type that in. Crank speed 1. Estimated crank in torque. No, that's not going to tell me what I want here. Oops. Let's do that again. Sorry about this, guys. I'm trying to get up here. Let's see. Let's maybe hit load. Estimated electric level load. Fuel consumption, idle stop. Let's see here. Let's see. Let me try RPMs one more time here. Yeah, for some reason it's not. I don't know what Honda would call it. I'm trying to make it something simple here, but I'm making this more complicated than it should be. Anyway, let me just go back to fuel trims. Let me just see if we can find that. Let's go to short-term and long-term fuel trim, and then let's go to what else? Oxygen sensor. What is it? H2, maybe. Yeah, here we go. Let's try this right here. The sensor 2. Let's see O2 and see what happened here. Okay, output voltage. And let's just hit OK. Let's just see what we got here. Okay, so it did not grab. I thought I had hit the other ones. Why is it not showing the fuel trim? Hit OK. Okay, there we go. They're showing everything. All right. So the ones that's graphable, if you see over here to the side where the little orange graph is lit up, that means that if you were to graph it, it will show it. So let's just hit graph. And it'll put off all of the, even though that one, it says no graph, it's just going to show on. It's just going to put a blank graph there, but it's not going to do anything. But if you look at the fuel trims, we got good fuel trims here. If you look at the O2 output voltage, if we hit the gas a little bit, that should change a little bit. You see how that went revved up and down after we hit the voltage a little bit. After we hit the gas a little bit. So anyway, you use these numbers to make diagnoses. And it's showing, and what I'm trying to show you is that if you look at the actual graphs, you can actually see little oscillations in it. So the graphs, while they are small, you can actually see clearly any oscillation. So for example, if you want to get more granular with it, for example, let's take this purple graph here. We click that one purple graph. We actually see that it blows it up a little bit bigger, and you should be able to, if you go up and down on this and right and left, you can manipulate the X and the Y axis like so. All right, so there's that. Let's go back here again. Let's hit select all, hit unselect. Let's see if we go back to H2, O2. Let's keep scrolling here to see what we got. So what I'm just trying to show you is that all of these types of, let's look at the knock retard, knock control, knock sensor, and the knock sensor circuit diag. Let's just hit OK. See what type of stuff here. So the knock sensor is on, which is good. We will hope that's on. So the knock control, I don't know what unit that's in, but it should be, it seemingly is pretty steady at idle. Knock retard, it's not retarding. Everything should be fine with the car. And the knock sensor voltage, that means that whatever reference voltage that's getting it should be getting that voltage. So I wonder, I wish I would, if I wasn't in the car now, I would love to hit the engine to see what it actually detect the knock, or the voltage would change if it, yeah, I hit the gas a little bit to see. Nothing changed, but still. Another thing you want to do is to take a look at your car when it's operating normal. So for example, this is normal because the car running fine. There's nothing wrong with it, no check engine lights. However, if you had a check engine light, you had a rough running, you'll go back and look at things. And so you'll have something to compare it to. You can actually take screenshots. Like right now, I'm recording the screens you can see. But if you scroll down, you can also, where is it at here? No, I thought you could take screenshots. I think this is it here. So now if we go here, we got the screenshot little button here. So I took see, it's stored in the photo album now. So what happens is that you can take screenshots and you can save those screenshots so you can use those for reference. Also, you can record your screen like I'm doing now and also keep that for reference. And you can also, at the bottom right here where it says record, if you hit record, it's actually recording this data in a format that will show it back to you in this exact graph here. This wouldn't be a recording. So that means that if you're recording it, you should be able to hit one of the graphs and blow it up and go up and down and left and right on the y-axis to manipulate the axis. But usually you don't really need to go through the record. I mean, you can do that. So I prefer to take screenshots and I prefer to do screen recordings. All right, so let's go back to the main screen. Let's hit stop recording first and hit OK. Oops. If we can get this thing out of here. Hit OK. We go back here. And I don't think let me take a look at these systems here to see if there's anything that I can actuate that will make sense that you can see. So there's really nothing I can do here because, again, nothing is wrong with the car and I don't really want to actuate anything. I wish that it was a body control module, but again, this is a full system scanner. But again, bidirectional controls, you want to see if the scan tool is able to send the command to the computer or whatever module, and you would get an output from that command, and then that will help you narrow down maybe where that problem may lie at. So with that said, guys, this here has been the ThinkScan 662 made by ThinkCar. One of the top industry brands, and they make fantastic scan tool. This here is no exception. The scan tool right here gets a recommendation from me. I do feel like that being that it has bidirectional control, has free lifetime updates, it has an adequate number of special functions that could give you a return on investment very quick. I definitely say you should take a look and see if you can pick one of these up, because I think that it will definitely help you out in the long run with your diagnosis.